Once again, that's the time to talk to you because we finished our small part. And as I promised, I'm going to show you two examples. I finished two images with local dodge and burn. That's not full dodge and burn because our dodge and burn is not finished yet, but the most important part is finished. So I want to show you a few examples, some results, and tell you what will be next. So as you could notice, it took a while. What I have to say with a time, when you're going to start working with local dodge and burn, is going to take quite much time, but with the time, as long as you're going to practice and work very often with dodging and burning, your workflow is going to become much faster, and also by the actions I'm going to deliver, it's supposed to be faster. So you shouldn't be worried if at the first try it's going to take really long, because after a few months you will see that your workflow will become faster and faster, and finally at the end of the road it's not taking so much time as it looks. So that's the image after the local dodge and burn I did, and maybe you don't see the result straight away. However, that was the image before, and that's after local dodge and burn. Let's zoom this in. I haven't checked if everything is really right. I feel some areas here will be to fix, a few more areas will be to fixed. So that's how it looks like. And I feel something under the eye I left, but that's the image before and that's after. You can see there is a huge difference, and what I can see, a bit more work I could do over here. It happens straight after you finish your work. We have to have really deeper view on what we did to make it really clear if it's done. And also here I still have few parts that I need to work on, and also I believe you can see some color shifts on which we're going to talk because it's super important. So okay, and that's how it looks like. And once again, before and after, what's the main difference you can see, I did a lot of work on the nose to make it a bit more symmetric. It didn't have the really good symmetry before. Still, maybe a few steps I could do over here, but as you can see, it was very wide, and I didn't like how it is, especially here. It's because of the face expression a little bit. So I tried to add actually a little bit more of symmetry to the face, and I think it worked really well. Still, you can see some work here. So as you can see, it still happens to miss few parts, so it's good to correct this at the end. Now it looks better, and I think on the nose the job is really nicely done. Also on the cheeks, let's have a look on the cheeks before and after. There wasn't so much, but most of the work was actually nose, and around the eyes over here you can see how it looked before and how it looks after. Also forehead, quite mad job. And I'm going to show you how it looked actually, how the mask looks like, because this is the gray layer we were working on. So to show you this, I'm just going to change into normal, and you can see quite much, a bit less on the neck. There wasn't so much work on the neck. If you cannot see this very clearly right now, let's just turn on some curve layers, and right now I believe it's much more visible for you. So I'm just going to turn this off, because about this will be next lesson. So you can see all of the black areas are the places we were dodging, especially over here around the nose to make it a bit more symmetric, and also over here around the lips. Maybe I could add another curve adjustment layer. It will be even more visible for you. So this is something I just make for now to make really nice visibility. Okay, just till this point. So that's how the mask looks like. That's the result. We could say this was before. Actually, I cannot show you like this, but yeah, quite big amount of work. And also I have another example, but let me go back to our real work we did. Can turn this all off. I'm going to close this help layer, and this gray and blank, the blank is very important, we're going to work more. I'm going to press Ctrl Command G. I'm going to call this local db. Also, another example, I believe this image was a bit easier for me, actually, because of not such a huge amount of little shadows. However, you can see still quite much work. Let's see the mask. I'm even going to improve this maybe by another curve. I won't be using the help ones. Quite much work. Not all of the areas here, obviously, was more areas in the shadow, so it's not so visible. There is no need to work so much, but still some contours on the nose, above the lips a little bit. Here we have everything dark, so we're not need to work. But obviously you're going to get this kind of shape of your, after your dodge and burn is going everything with the direction of the face, and you're going to get this kind of portrait of your face by dodging and burning. Let's go back. So in this case, that was before. You can see, I believe, very clearly. Maybe let's zoom this in a little bit. That was before, and that's after. So it's a really nice change. You have to say also I had some of the shadows over here, so I fixed them a little bit. It didn't look well, but still we will be doing some of the color correction. And about this I'm going to talk in the next lesson. Let's have a look on this image. And right now our skin looks really well. To move on to another part on which I already said. So we're going to take care a little bit more about colors on the face right now in our another lesson.